Welcome back to Richfield High School. I'm Tyler Gibb alongside Nathan Thatcher. It's time for the Snow College pregame report. Check them out at snow.edu. It's the Manila Mustangs taking on the ICS Lions, both teams coming off an opening round loss at the Sevier Valley Center just less than 24 hours ago. ICS, they fell to top-seeded Rich. They lost 56-22. Nate, tell us a little bit about the Lions.
So ICS is coming in here at 6-14, and for most of the regular season, they didn't really win a lot of games by a close margin. And now they're really getting into a point where you really want to try and get a win here, right? You're down. You only have 6 wins. Try and get that 7th and move on to the next round. So that's what I'm thinking is the key for ICS moving forward.
And then on the other side, the Manila Mustangs, they were in the 8-9 matchup, a matchup that was on paper supposed to be close with Panguitch, and they just got off to a slow start, fell down 19-4 after one, and never were they able to find their way back into it. Ended up losing 54-28. Tell us a little bit more about the Mustangs.
Yeah, Manila has a really great squad. Sadly, they're on a losing streak. They haven't been able to win a game since March, but I think one of the key statistics that's going to help them win this game is the assist category. They rank 3rd in region in terms of assist margin, and so I think in this game, it's going to be all about team ball. What can they do in terms of offensive schemes to pass the rock around and get some good looks at the rim?
And that will do it for the Snow College pregame report. Check them out at snow.edu. We will take a break, and on the other side, we will have tip-off between the Mustangs and Lions.
Are you tired of winter and ready to ride? We invite you to Bryce Canyon Mule Days 2023. Join us April 30th through May 6th in Tropic, Utah. There will be guided mule rides, vendors, food and fun, arena events, a Friday night concert featuring Bren Hill and Andy Nelson, and the premier Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale. On Saturday, May 6th. Learn more at BryceCanyonMuleDays.com, and we will see you there.
Hey, this is Dr. Rob Barrick, the smile artist located here in Cedar City. If you've ever wanted a new smile, but something's been holding you back, I'd love to spend a minute with you and just answer your questions. If you go to my website, you can set up a free 15-minute video phone call with me where we can just talk about it. The next step is also free. You'd come in and we'd actually design your smile together right there in the chair, print it out, and have you snap it in and give it a test run before doing the actual veneers. To check out my smile portfolio, visit drrobdental.com.
For over 50 years, Flaming Gorge Resort has offered lodging, restaurant, rafting, RV park, and fishing guides for anyone visiting the Flaming Gorge area. Stop in and see us at Flaming Gorge Resort.
Welcome back to this production of 1A State Championship Basketball, brought to you by SUU on TeamHive.live and KTTA 8.1. We are getting set for tip-off between the ICS Lions and Manila Mustangs. Out to start for the Lions is Elaine Lunsford, Rebecca Warner, Ellie Menning, McKenna Stoddard, and Bryn Smith. And for the Mustangs, they will start with Sadie Davis, Abby Schofield, Callie Bear, Cassie Wall, and Cameron Slaw. Day 2 of the state championships underway in Richfield, set for tip-off. Tip controlled by the Lions. And a quick whistle blown. It is the shot clock. It was a trend yesterday, and it looks like it will be a trend again today.
I think it's been a trend all year. The shot clock is a new thing for the state of Utah, as most of you know. And, of course, they're still getting used to it, working out the kinks. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a better going with the shot clock here today in the second round.
An adjustment for everybody. It's a good job by the officials. I'm surprised how many times they're actually able to catch it and blow the game dead.
I can't even, there's so many things to look at on the floor. I'm hardly looking at the shot clock as an announcer.
So just 7 seconds underway. Shot clock currently says 2 seconds, which is incorrect. And there they have it figured out. 28 on the shot clock, and we are back underway. Stoddard, the leading scorer for the Lions, goes off the side of the backboard to start things out of bounds. Ball to the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's a hard shot to take. If you're driving baseline, tough floater behind the backboard, it's going to be especially hard to go over 2 defenders. Tough look there by Stoddard.
Mustangs run a little handoff at the elbow. This time they take the mid-range jumper. That's no good. Rebound picked up by Davis. She's no good. And ball goes out to the three-point line. Mustangs retain it. Offensive foul goes against Sadie Davis. Illegal screen.
Yeah, it looked like Schofield was trying to move around the outside, and Davis just kept running with her girl and ended up causing an illegal screen right there.
Lions trying to get Stoddard the ball. She averages 13 a game. She passes out, gets it back into the corner. Warner. She gets trapped in. Trying to look inside is Menning. Her pass is tipped out of bounds. Lions will take it under the baseline.
Great defense that time by Manila, able to recognize the pass down low and tip it out of bounds.
Into Warner, who loses control. It's Davis who picks it up, looks ahead to a teammate, but it was Slaw who was not ready for it. Stoddard will take it back for the Lions. A couple turnovers in the early going, and there goes another one. Wall with the steal. Now Slaw walks it up. Slaw will try the right wing three. Rims in and out. And in for the rebound is Cassie Wall, who had a great day yesterday. She poured in 13 points and will get a chance to add to her point total in this tournament at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Yeah, great job that time by Wall to recognize the miss and grab the offensive rebound. I think that's going to be key for both of these teams to try and get a board.
And in the early going, we see as Wall knocks down the first free throw. This is a Mustang team that can hit the outside shots, rim in and out for Slaw on their first look from deep, but it's Wall who's active on the glass, and that's what happens a lot of times with those deep shots as offensive rebounds.
Yeah, exciting to see how they're going to go moving forward. Like I said, I think it's going to be key to look at those misses and try and grab the boards on both sides of the ball. I think that's how you control the game, and especially the pace, try and get the win here today.
On the other side, Lions trying to get on the board, and they can't. That will be tipped out of bounds. Official says it will stick with ICS. Elaine Lunsford led the way with 8 points yesterday for the Lions, as Warner's jump shot is no good, and again out of bounds will stick with the Lions.
Interesting inbounds. It looks like they're going to switch it up,
Official
actually.
Pointed Lions way, but
hey,
quickly changed
that's
it.
why we got more than one ref. You know, you gotta talk about things. Oh,
and
he's
changes
going
it
back.
So he pointed one way. Everybody ran the other way. He kind of whistled, did the circle thing as if they were reviewing it, but there's no review in girls high school basketball.
Well, how about that?
He reviewed it in his mind and decided that he was going to stick with the original arrow.
Oh!
Stoddard misses her own shot, grabs it, misses again, a third try, and this time she will get to the charity stripe. So the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line, so far the first 2 points came there, and the Lions will look to get on the board at the free throw line as well.
I'm really liking Stoddard's energy so far in the first few minutes of this first quarter. She seems to be attacking the basket relentlessly, and even though the basket didn't go in, obviously she drew the foul, and now she's getting points from the free throw line.
And she's a girl that can fill it up. She, in terms of scoring-wise, didn't have her best game of the year yesterday against Rich. She had 7 points, and she goes 1 for 2 at the line there, but she is one of the better scorers that you'll see in 1A girls basketball, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, and you can usually find that with teams that have more of a struggling record in the regular season going into the tournament. Usually have one play that really stands out. They like to carry their team, and that definitely seems to be McKenna Stoddard this season.
2-1, under just 2 minutes into the game, and again, inside goes Cassie Wall. She's got all 4 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, just like Stoddard, she seems to be attacking the basket relentlessly, but she's got a good poise down there, knows where to place the basketball, especially arm movement, knowing where she won't get contact and get a good look at the rim.
And there goes Wall on the steal. She's got daylight ahead of her and loses control. The butter popcorn with the team movie last night must have got the best of her as she loses it off her fingertips, out of bounds, goes back to the Lions.
Yeah, it can be hard, especially when you're going in transition. You got a wide open lane. Sometimes you get a little too excited because you know you got a free basket right there, and Wall just loses it out of bounds.
Good job being active by her, though. An offensive rebound and a steal early, and there she goes again, tips the entry pass out of bounds.
I'm telling you, she must have had some good Captain Crunch this morning because she's got sugar in the veins this morning.
She ate her Wheaties, so the Lions take it out of bounds. Inside is Pendleton, not Pendleton, Warner, her jumper's no good. And Mustangs grab it. It's Bear on the rebound.
Seems like a lot of the offensive scheme that ICS has to be running is Warner in the mid-range, and you've even seen it with a few of their inbound plays as well.
There goes Wall. She passes back out, so Mustangs settle for a slaw three. That's no good. Offensive rebound is picked up. Bear no good, and the Lions shuffle the ball around, but eventually come up with it. It's Stoddard who settles. Right wing is Gonder. She is Lunsford. She passes into Stoddard, and Stoddard is called for steps.
I was speaking about the hustle of ICS earlier, especially about Stoddard. I think the key for her, if she really wants to get back to doing what she usually does and what she has done this entire season, is keep the energy and the excitement, but slow down the pace, especially what we saw with her footwork down low. That's how you're going to get good shots if you understand where you are on the floor and when to stop and use your pivot foot.
And there goes another turnover. Stoddard, she's got 2-on-2, passes to Lunsford, and Lunsford takes a bump, nearly gets the and one, but she'll get 2 free throws at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Yeah, it looks like Browning got her on the in line as she was trying to cut to the basket. Let's see if she can get a few here from the free throw stripe.
No field goals in the first 4 minutes for the Lions, as the first free throw is good for Lunsford. So both of their points coming off a Stoddard free throw and now a Lunsford free throw. And the first sub of the game comes in for the Mustangs.
Lunsford seems to know how to, use the knees for the shot. I don't think I've ever seen anyone jump on a free throw shot before.
She actually got called for lane violation yesterday on a jump like that. And back to the free throw line will go the Lions. This time it will be Rebecca Warner who fought for the offensive rebound. But Lunsford's jump, she kind of had to change it up a little bit yesterday.
Right.
Some she would jump forward, some she would just have to change and jump up.
Yeah, that's the problem is jumping usually jump forward right in the game of basketball, and so it's hard in the free throws. We see Warner do the same thing, but it looks like she's stepping about half a foot back behind the line so she can actually get a jump down.
Second free throw for Warner, so she goes 2 for 2. All 4 points for the Lions at the charity stripe and 3 on that possession.
Seems like ICS is proud of Legacy Ace Hardware. They're just loving to get all their points from that Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Reagan Browning, who just checked in, hits Wall in the corner. Wall with a great dump-off pass to Slaw, and back we go. The Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line is Cameron Slaw.
So far we've seen in this first quarter, it's not playing dirty, it's definitely playing physical, but I think moving forward, whoever wants to carry away with this game, start to take a lead, I think it's controlling the pace and the tempo while getting good, clean shots without, causing too much fouling.
Slaw goes 1 for 2, so far only 1 field goal in the game, 7 points at the free throw line. Lions go the other way. Warner, her jumper is good. So the first field goal in for Warner. She just made 2 free throws, takes a step inside that time. That's the jump shot.
Tyler, that was the commentator's curse, but in a good way. You kept mentioning how no one was shooting a field goal, and ICS decided to hold you to that.
Warner could hear me, and there goes Browning. The first sub in the game gets a basket. Browning the other way, making things happen for the Mustangs, and pass over the head of Menning, so Mustangs have it the other way, and they'll slow things up. It's Grady Pendleton on the steal. Browning looks inside to Davis, and Davis with a running Little right hook off the backboard.
Things have started to pick up. Now it looks like the Mustangs are picking up a little bit of a full court press as it's now worked 2 possessions in a row.
So back-to-back steals. Slaw, who does a great job setting up the offense for the Mustangs. They run the same action, send Davis on that curl, but this time they decide to bring it out. Slaw drives right side in the corner to Wall. She'll try to hit from deep and no good. It's Stoddard with the board.
Yeah, Stoddard tried to get the steal early there, and she missed her girl. That allowed for the Mustangs to be able to drive to Wall in the corner, who was able to pop up a 3, but Stoddard for another rebound.
2 more subs will come in. Callie Bear and Abby Schofield.
Yeah, that's
check back.
It's 2 early fouls there for Reagan Browning. Tough to see after she got her first basket in today's game.
And she came in off the bench, so did a good job. Got the field goal for the Mustangs, but has to sit with a few fouls inside as Warner. That's no good. Tried to clean it up, was Menning, and hers rims in and out. So Mustangs escape another possession, 9-6 lead. And from deep, this time Callie Bear is no good. Chased down, and a great look inside from Bear to Davis, who missed the layup, and it looks like a tie-up will be called.
That was fantastic hustle by Callie Bear. I don't think I've ever seen anyone shoot a 3, go grab their own other rebound after it bounced off on the other side of the court. I love the hustle.
She was in the left corner and ended up with the rebound in the right corner and made a beautiful pass to Davis.
I'll tell you what, I have a lot of practice doing that in my own jump shots.
Pendleton, no hesitation, gets it on the inbound and nothing but nylon. The Bryce Canyon 3-pointer is good.
Yeah, that's good things. Good things coming for Grady Pendleton, who was able to get our first 3 of the game.
And another jump ball. We'll keep it with the Lions. So good start for the Mustangs. ICS wants to take a timeout. Shannon Lusk will talk things over. This is 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
You're on this campus business team that lives and works together at the University of Utah. Your team has come up with this cool new ski rack. For real, it's going to market. Then you say to yourself, hold on, sports fans.
I'm only a freshman.
We call that Utah Fresh. Do real-world research. Go learn abroad. Join a campus living team. Yes, our freshman experience is refreshingly different. Only at the U.
The Gifts from Grady Foundation Charity Poker Run will be held April 22nd. For registration rules and regulations, go to giftsfromgrady.com. Raising awareness about organ donation, one tiny donor at a time, in honor of Grady Boy.
Welcome back to State Championship Basketball, brought to you by the Bryce Canyon Half Marathon on 1aball.com. I'm Tyler Gibb alongside Nate Thatcher. It's Manila on a 6-0 run. They've jumped out to a 12-6 lead.
Yeah, and you have to give a tribute to their offense. They seem to know their scheme now. Later on in the first, got some good open looks, and last time downtown from 3.
Stoddard, a dribble handoff. Lunsford gets it in the corner under pressure, and she drives in, and looks like she got a bump in the back. That's why she fell over. Foul goes against Callie Bear.
Yeah, it's a tough look because driving down to the baseline, it looked like you had 3 defenders. And sometimes you can get tripped on your own toes, but it's tough to be a defender in that situation because you want to play physical defense and be close, but you'll easily be called for the foul.
A good action out of the baseline play, but Warner's jumper's no good. She's the only one that's made a field goal for the Lions, but unable to connect.
Yeah, she's shot from probably that exact spot out on the outside mid-range wing, maybe about 2 or 3 times now. Hasn't got to go yet. Looking forward to see her make that open shot in the future.
And they love that play. They've already run that same baseline out of bounds play a few times for that same look. And speaking of loving a play, it's the Mustangs who love that little elbow cut, and this time it's Abby Schofield who gets on the board for her first points.
Yeah, great job that time. Cut into the basket. Wide open look.
Warner goes inside to Manning. Good ball movement. It's Bryn Smith who misses. On the other side to clean it up is Lunsford. So Lunsford has 3 points in the first quarter. 14-8 Mustangs lead.
Yeah, great job getting the rebound that time. We mentioned earlier in the quarter, if you really want to get back into this game, if you want to take a lead in this game, you got to win the rebound battle.
Pendleton's already knocked down one from deep. This time she decides to take it in and takes a bump from Lunsford. So she'll go back to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. And the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line has not been shy in the first quarter.
I'll tell you what, ICS ranks first in team stats for fouls in region play. So I think that's got to be a key moving forward. So far we've seen fouls on both sides, but they're number one in region in fouls. So it's pretty balanced so far here in the first quarter, but that might be something to look out for maybe later on down the line in the second half.
And that is the second foul against Elaine Lunsford, one of the stars for the Lions. So something you want to be careful of. You know, if you pick up that third before halftime, it's when you start thinking about trouble. But Shannon Lusk decides to leave her in. So 1 for 2 on the trip. And inside, good pass. Menning gets her jump shot tipped, and the Mustangs control. Shot clock turned off. 20 seconds in the first quarter. Pendleton holds right wing. They run Slaw through a little elevator doors at the free throw line. She banks it in, count it, and the foul. What a shot by Cameron Slaw.
If you aren't awake at 10:20 in the morning, that just gave you chills. Holy cow, they ran the perfect play for Slaw to cut above the screen. She gets a bank three and the foul. Fantastic run that time by the Mustangs.
Cameron Slaw, she hit 21 threes in the regular season this year. None more impressive than that one as she takes the contact. The bank is open. It's early in the morning. Of course they're open.
I'll tell you what, if you're running low on cash, just head over onto Cameron Slaw, and she'll make sure she's got you covered over on the bank.
And she completes it. The 4-point play brings it up to an 11-point lead. Impressive first quarter for the Mustangs. And a good dump off inside, but no good is Menning. It was Bryn Smith who had the feed. Menning unable to connect. So an early 19-8 lead after struggling in the first quarter yesterday. The Mustangs flipped the script. You're listening to 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Love cheese? We do too. Come join our team with a generous benefit package and starting wages over $18 an hour. Are you ready to be an employee owner? Great Lakes Cheese in Fillmore is ready for you. Grow with the largest natural cheese packer in the nation. Full-time positions available for every shift. Apply online at GreatLakesCheese.com. Again, that's GreatLakesCheese.com. Wishing all athletes good luck in the tournaments and eat more cheese.
Ruby's Inn General Store has the area's widest selection of Indian arts and crafts, curios, and groceries. Located 1 mile from the entrance to Bryce Canyon National Park, Ruby's General Store has what you need. Legacy Ace Hardware and Sporting Goods, 159 North Main in Panguitch. Come in and visit us for all your hardware and sporting good needs. Legacy Ace Hardware, proudly supporting Utah high school athletics.
Welcome back to State Championship Basketball, brought to you by Dr. Rob Barrick Dental on KSLSports.com. I'm Tyler Gibb alongside Nate Thatcher. And yesterday it was ICS as a 16 seed who got out to a 10-8 lead after the first 8 minutes over Rich. And Manila, who struggled in the first quarter against Panguitch, they fell down 19-4. Today it's the opposite. Manila gets out to a strong 19-8 lead after one, and Cameron Slaw looks to add to it. In and out it goes. But don't worry, in to clean it up is Sadie Davis.
Yeah, even though Cameron Slaw missed that shot, you have to give credit. She gave her team this incredible lead after the first quarter. 6 different Mustangs scored, though. I think that's got to be the key. They have so much versatility, so many girls who know their role on the floor, and that's they've been able to build upon it. They now lead 21-8.
And it was Stoddard launches from deep. She can make from that range. Chasing down the rebound is Warner. Stoddard will look to go back inside this time, and she connects for her first field goal. So the leading scorer for the Lions, averages 13 a game, gets her first field goal. She has 3 points.
Yeah, I thought that was a great cut that time. She had some beautiful screens set up by Warner and company to just get a perfect lane to the basket.
And inside go the Mustangs. Ball batted around. Fought for and it will stick with the Mustangs. So good job by Bear. She missed the layup attempt, but fought back to earn an extra possession for the Mustangs.
Yeah, it looks like Kendrick Lusk is coming in for Rebecca Warner, and we'll see how she can perform up to this task as she finds herself down 11 points.
Good look inside from Slaw, but Schofield unable to put it in as the second period bell at Richfield High School rings, and the ball will go back to the Lions.
Yeah, it looks like on that foul that time, Castley Wall just lifted out her leg a little bit and caused the foul, and now it looks like ICS is in the bonus. Now, this is where you can come back. If you have a deficit, you can get to the charity stripe, especially the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line, and you can try and get easy points there. It's not contested. It's right there for the taking. Just go make the shots.
They're 4 of 6 so far, and make it 4 of 7. Elaine Lunsford misses. She's now 1 of 3 at the free throw line. Mustangs in control early in the second quarter. Slaw nearly gets it poked away from Stoddard. She drives, and a bump is called. Slaw was hit. So 6 team fouls against the Lions. Next foul going forward, the Mustangs will be in the bonus. So we will see free throws the rest of the way anytime a bump is called. Slaw lobs into Wall, and Wall off the side of the backboard, but Bear is there to grab it, and there we go, more free throws.
Yeah, I thought the first shot maybe had a little bit more contact, but she kept pushing with it, got even more contact, and now she's going to the free throw line, just like you mentioned.
After taking about a 45-second breather, Rebecca Warner goes back to the scores table as the first free throw is too strong. So Warner checks in. Out comes Lunsford, and that is Lunsford's third foul. So we talked about it a moment ago. She got the second at the end of the first quarter. Shannon Lusk decides to leave her in, and a minute and a half later she picks up that third foul.
Yeah, that's tough to see because she brings a lot of height to the Lions, and that could be key for trying to get some more rebounds down the line.
Stoddard, she attacks left side, takes a bump, and it will be offensive. So Stoddard called for the foul. It was Abby Schofield who was there in position, and a good play. Schofield saw it coming.
Hey, the ref thought it was close because she initially went for the block motion, but then as her hands were going down, she changed it to a charge.
It looked like Schofield was in good position, so good job by the officials. Timeout taken. You're listening to 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
You like car shows? Well, let's supersize it, as trucks from all over come for you to enjoy at the Penguins Truck Show. It's a family fun event on the 4th of July weekend. Friday night is the light show on Penguins Main Street from 8 to 10:30. Saturday, the show will be at the Penguins City Park from 10 to 4. Truck registration is $75. We support all the truck drivers that make our communities better. We wish all teams success.
Bryce Canyon National Park is celebrating its 100th anniversary with concerts, festivals, and events throughout the year. Start making plans now to join us for this once-in-a-lifetime celebration at brycecanyon.org.
125 years of growth, of exploring, of discovering new possibilities. 125 years of innovating, of connecting, of soaring to new heights. At Southern Utah University, students are our number one priority. Everything we do, our program.
We're back at Richfield High School. Mustangs have possession, but the Lions quickly take it out of the timeout. Lions trail by 11. Elaine Lunsford on the bench with 3 fouls. So they'll try to make this comeback without her, as the jumper is no good by Lusk.
They've seemed to like the mid-range so far, and they seem to be getting open looks as well. They just haven't been able to drop.
It was a similar story yesterday, as a foul called, so Wall will go to the line for 1-and-1, where ICS actually got out to a good start against Rich, but they just hit a bit of a stumbling block in the second quarter, getting good looks. They got outscored 20-3 in the second quarter, and that's really where it got away from them. only scored 6 points between the second and third quarter combined, as the first free throw is good at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough stat to overcome, but let's see if they can be able to push through and maybe make this a game.
And 2 for 2 for Wall. 5-minute period is up for the students to get to class at Richfield High School. So third period underway for the students, second period midway for us in the gym. And a foul called, so this time it will be Warner that goes to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Warner 2 for 2 in the first quarter from the free throw line.
Yeah, for a second I thought that was the fire alarm or something, and I was like, oh, that's a soft fire alarm. But yeah, that makes more sense that it's just the bell to get to class.
Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Rebecca Warner is long on that. Chase down, a tie-up is called. Menning and Davis were the two involved. So good job by Menning to fight for that extra possession. And the arrow favors the Lions, so it will stay. Baseline out of bounds. Oh, and a good look inside. Lusk gets her shot deflected, so Mustangs recover and get the ball back. Offensive foul called, it looks like, on, they're going to give it to Gracie Pendleton. The official says she used her elbow to clear some space.
Yeah, that's a tough look. It was a great job grabbing the rebound, and a lot of Lions were around her, but yeah, it looks like she extended that elbow just a little bit too much.
The official was the only one on the court, the official that called it. The two other officials and the players were all frozen for a second trying to figure out what was going on, but the official thought Pendleton used a little too much with her elbow, and Stoddard looks inside to Menning, and a good look drop down. It's Bryn Smith who gets fouled, so she'll go to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
It's a foul party all around. It looks like that's now at least four Mustangs with at least 2 fouls, so something to maybe look at if we're getting into the third and fourth quarter. It could be in some foul trouble.
First free throw, nothing but net for Bryn Smith, her first points of the day. 10 fouls against Manila, so it will be double bonus the rest of the way. 9 against the Lions, so both teams will be shooting 2 free throws from here on out. No 1-and-1s left in the first half.
That was a Tom Brady type throw from Wall right there.
Pendleton, she's already hit one from deep. She's standing on the logo. The thing that's nice about Richfield High is you can hit a logo 3 and only be 2 feet behind the line because the paw extends all the way near the three-point line.
Hey, put it on the resume. You can say you hit a few logo 3s in your lifetime.
All Pendleton needed to do on her first 3 was take about 1 step to the left and maybe 1 step back, and she would have been able to say she hit a logo 3.
Tyler, those are the kind of details we need in today's game.
And Davis tries to drive, but it's Warner who says, give me that. Now she gets double teamed, passes out to Stoddard. Good ball movement from the Lions in the first half. There's another good look, but the inside defense for Mustangs has been fantastic, recovering when the Lions get a look inside.
Yeah, it seems like Manila seems to know what they're doing, especially down in the paint, as we see another inbound play. Very similar. We've seen this rotation about 5 times now from ICS.
And there's that little mid-range jumper that they love to get on the inbounds play. Warner is no good, and Pendleton rushes the other way. She stops, uses a little step inside and short on the layup. That was a nice move. She jump-stopped and then let the defender fly by and got a good look, unable to connect.
Yeah, that was a good move to make. Tough look because she was also about, I want to say, maybe a foot too far to get that layup to drop down, but I thought that was a great IQ play that time by Pendleton.
It was kind of that awkward where you're not close enough for a layup, but it's a little far for a jump shot. A good inbounds play. Wall misses the layup. She'll take a few steps back and try for the Bryce Canyon City 3. Knocks it down. Castley Wall.
Castley Wall seems to have the shooter's mentality here in this Consolation game, and it's taken her team up by 15 now.
Mustangs playing a great first half. Stoddard looks inside. Menning too strong.
Looks like Manila wanted an over-the-back call right there, but nothing whistled by the refs.
Both teams have really had great ball movement, getting good looks. It's been Manila who's been able to knock down more as Pendleton goes inside, and Shannon Lusk wants nothing to do with that. out of bounds, stays with the Mustangs. But really good looks on both sides. It just, the Lions haven't been able to hit those mid-range jumpers they're getting, and the Mustangs knocked down a few threes and just made a few more shots.
Yeah, that's definitely the difference. As Wall makes another shot, and she's definitely on something right now. She's just doing everything right now for the Mustangs as they increase their lead to 17.
She's on a heater is what she's on. She's got 9 first-half points. Back-to-back possessions she has scored inside another tie-up. It will stay with the Lions.
You know, I actually really like that we're seeing a lot of jump balls, especially in this first half, because it means that there's a lot of effort from both sides of the ball. I think it's great by both ICS and Manila to try and get what they want, and that's the rock.
17-point lead for Manila. Again, the ref gives that little circle review signal. Resume play. And fresh shot clock, Shannon Lusk, no good. Inside Stoddard, she cleans it up. And Stoddard, she's got 2 field goals in the second quarter, up to 5 points.
Yeah, that's an inbound play where they set up in a box formation and had 2 players set up screens for the other 2. That time Stoddard able to get a good look that time from the right close to the basket.
Davis, a strong move, and the Manila Mustangs are humming on offense.
They've just got all cylinders firing away. It just seems like nothing's going wrong from on that side of the ball.
They love to get it on that right wing and then just work off of that. Davis that time just made a strong move, couple hard dribbles, and good finish. Stoddard works it around. Lusk goes back to her. Lusk from the mid-range, and she gets that one to drop. So Shannon Lusk, or Kendrick Lusk, I am so sorry. Shannon Lusk is the head coach. Kendrick Lusk, I apologize. She knocks it down. So good sign for her coming off the bench, knocking down the jumper. I knew that Shannon was the head coach, and I just kept saying it wrong.
Hey, it's okay. It happens sometimes. But I thought that great job that time by Kendrick. As you've been mentioning, they really like the mid-range shot, and they've been getting open looks. They just haven't gotten anything to fall, and Kendrick was able to get it to go down that time.
Lions looking to continue to chip away at what is a 15-point deficit. And Lusk again, this time she's too strong.
See, what's tough about doing though sometimes is the defense, it seems right now for Manila, is hardly going out to the perimeter, and so they're contesting more shots, and so it's harder looks right now for the Lions.
Slaw from deep, and another Bryce Canyon City three-pointer. The Mustangs are on fuego from outside. Timeout taken. You are listening to 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
125 years of growth.
Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games is Utah's premier sporting event. The games are hosted by Southern Utah University, and we invite you to be part of the action. Register today and compete in a variety of events, from barrel racing, skeet shooting, basketball, track, arm wrestling, long-range rifle and pistol shooting, ultimate frisbee, horseshoes, swimming, and so much more. Find your event and register today at utahsummergames.org.
Wendy Mesa Studios in Paint Ridge is your local source for personalized and custom printed products. From wholesale items for your gift shop to custom framed or gallery wrapped canvas pictures, we have you covered. Contact us at 435-618-0014.
You're in Paris with a group from the University of Utah, studying intellectual traditions, like René Descartes, who said, "I think, therefore I am." So deep. Then it suddenly hits you.
I'm only a freshman.
We call that Utah Fresh. Do real-world research. Go learn abroad. Join an on-campus living team. Yes, our freshman experience is refreshingly different. Only at the U.
Welcome back to State Championship Basketball, brought to you by the Bryce Canyon Association on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. And an offensive foul out of the timeout for the Lions. Not what Shannon Lusk drew up. She knew it was an important time after the Slaw 3, calls a timeout to try to gain some momentum going into halftime, and they get called for the offensive foul. So Mustangs take it back. Schofield Hits Bambra up top. Now Slaw, she just hit from the right side. Why not hit from the left side? Back-to-back triples, Cameron Slaw.
Yeah, that's something as a defender you have to notice. You can see how she rotated the ball in her hands to get the grip that she wanted. If you're a defender, you can realize, hey, she's wanting to take the shot right there. You got to close in, make it contested, but great look that time by Slaw.
Slaw has hit from the right wing, the left wing, and up top for a 4-point play. Stoddard says, why not try myself? She's no good. Davis comes down with a strong rebound.
Yeah, Stoddard, again, lines are getting open looks, just not getting anything to fall right now.
And the Mustangs, a team that normally shoots it really well. Let's go right corner. Why not? Cameron Slaw. She'll have to wait to try 5 spots in a 3-point contest. She's only got the corners left.
Yeah, let's see if she can get the money balls down from the wings. She's already got the bank and 1-3 from the top, and both of the wing shots. We've got to get the corners, though.
Slaw has Stoddard tightly on her. But the Mustangs struggled yesterday to shoot. You're playing in the bigger gym at the Sevier Valley Center. You kind of moved to the high school. The tournament jitters are a little bit out of the way now that you played one game, and it's showing. They're shooting lights out in the first half.
Oh, for sure.
Shot clock turned off. Warner outside to Stoddard. Now it's Menning who will try the 5-footer. She's too strong. Davis fights for the rebound, and she'll go to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Double bonus.
Yeah, it's a hard look for if you're ICS because, again, when you're missing open shots, the key is for your 4 and your 5 spots, your power forwards, your centers, to be down low to try and grab those offensive rebounds. But it's hard because the physicality will often cause you to foul whoever's trying to contest you. And then right now it's on the Manila side. They're able to get some good looks from the free throw line.
Davis short on the first free throw at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. So in comes Elaine Lunsford, who may be a coincidence, maybe not, that Lunsford went out with her 3rd foul at around the 6.5-minute mark of this quarter. And since then, the Mustangs have been able to pour it on. Cameron Slaw, she's off. So Lunsford checks back in, hoping that they can get her in for an offensive possession, but instead it's the Mustangs who use a Reagan Browning 3. That is the Mustangs' 5th Bryce Canyon City 3-pointer of the first half. 6th, excuse me. There's too many to keep track of. So they'll head into the break with a 24-point lead.
These Mustangs are on fire right now. They got blazing hooves.
Stick around. Up next is the the SUU halftime report. You're listening to 1A State Championship Basketball, brought to you by the Windy Mesa Studio on TeamHive.live and KTTA.8.
What many are calling the best country music dinner show anywhere. Nightly at Bryce Canyon's Ebenezer's Barn and Grill. Live music with some of Nashville's best musicians and singers.
I got a feeling called the blue out in the West Texas town of El Paso.
A show that walks you through the history of country music and the history of Bryce Canyon.
Hell of a place to lose a cat.
The show runs every night. That's right, every night from April to October. Get your tickets now at EbenezersBarnandGrill.com.
Welcome back to the SUU report. Ready to soar with SUU. Check them out at SUU.edu as the Manila Mustang cheerleaders dance. We will go over the first half. It really was all Mustangs, especially in that second quarter. They scored 20 points, so really a big burst of offense. 39 first half points, 20 in the second quarter, thanks to 4 Bryce Canyon City 3-pointers in the second quarter.
Yeah, you have to attribute a lot of their success to what they're able to do from the perimeter. And how about Castley Wall in the first quarter? She's able to drop 4, but really able to get her team offensively kind of in that rhythm. She ends up with 11 points for the half. But obviously the story of the game has to be Cameron Slaw, also ends up with 11 points, but 9 of those coming from the Bryce Canyon City 3-point line. I just think right now, if you're the Mustangs, keep doing what you're doing, and I think the tight passing, moving the rock around, making sure everyone touches the ball, making sure that the Mustangs have open looks. And if you're the Lions, I feel like you're getting open looks like we've been talking about, especially they've been liking that mid-range. But right now I think they have to slow the tempo down, make sure you control the pace, because I think if you get kind of taken up in the game going with the Mustangs flow because they want to go fast. They have momentum. They're getting their shots to fall. You might get a little too carried away, and this game will slip away from you even further. I also think that making sure you understand your scheme, knowing that, hey, in the second half, this is a completely new game. Treat it like that. Make sure, hey, it's 0-0. Let's just go out there, play better than these guys, and maybe you can slowly get back into this thing.
So that will do it for the SUU halftime report. SUU ready to soar. Check them out at suu.edu. 7.5 minutes to go before the second half resumes. 39-15, Manila leads ICS.
125 years of growth.
This year, as we celebrate Bryce Canyon National Park's 100th anniversary, we invite you to be part of the Bryce Canyon Association so that future generations can enjoy it as we do today.
Bryce Canyon City is your destination for adventure. Cruise the miles of scenic trails on e-bikes, ATVs, horses, mountain bikes, or on foot. Let us take your breath away with a stunning array of winter activities, the rodeo, shopping for memorable souvenirs, world-class stargazing, and of course, the majestic Bryce Canyon National Park. Make Bryce Canyon City your next stop for an unforgettable adventure. All the amenities the city can provide. Visit brycecanyoncityut.gov.
The Bryce Canyon Half Marathon course takes you through the iconic red rock that is abundant throughout Bryce Canyon country. Also enjoy the 5K or Color Me Fun run. Register today at brycecanyonhalfmarathon.com. Race scheduled for July 15th.
Fab Rats is an entertaining YouTube channel based in beautiful southern Utah. Paul, Michelle, and the crew showcase major and minor fabrication builds, off-road adventures, family fun, and much more. Check them out on YouTube and subscribe today.
Just like we mend it now. All right.
Are you tired of winter and ready to ride? We invite you to Bryce Canyon Mule Days 2023. Join us April 30th through May 6th in Tropic, Utah. There will be guided mule rides, vendors, food and fun, arena events, a Friday night concert featuring Bren Hill and Andy Nelson, and the premier Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on Saturday, May 6th. Learn more at brycecanyonmuledays.com, and we will see you there.
Hey, this is Dr. Rob Barrick, the smile artist located here in Cedar City. If you've ever wanted a new smile, but something's been holding you back, I'd love to spend a minute with you and just answer your questions. If you go to my website, you can set up a free 15-minute video phone call with me where we can just talk about it. The next step is also free. You'd come in and we'd actually design your smile together right there in the chair, print it out, and have you snap it in and give it a test run before doing the actual veneers. To check out my smile portfolio, visit drrobdental.com.
For over 50 years, Flaming Gorge Resort has offered lodging, restaurant, rafting, RV park, and fishing guides for anyone visiting the Flaming Gorge area. Stop in and see us at Flaming Gorge Resort.
You're on this campus business team that lives and works together at the University of Utah. Your team has come up with this cool new ski rack. For real, it's going to market. Then you say to yourself, hold on, sports fans.
I'm only a freshman.
We call that Utah Fresh. Do real-world research. Go learn abroad. Join a campus living team. Yes, our freshman experience is refreshingly different. Only at the U.
The Gifts from Grady Foundation Charity Poker Run will be held April 22nd. For registration rules and regulations, go to giftsfromgrady.com. Raising awareness about organ donation, one tiny donor at a time, in honor of Grady Boy.
Love cheese? We do too. Come join our team with a generous benefit package and starting wages over $18 an hour. Are you ready to be an employee owner? Great Lakes Cheese and Fillmore is ready for you. Grow with the largest natural cheese packer in the nation. Full-time positions available for every shift. Apply online at GreatLakesCheese.com. Again, that's GreatLakesCheese.com. Wishing all athletes good luck in the tournaments and eat more cheese.
Ruby's Inn General Store has the area's widest selection of Indian arts and crafts, curios, and groceries. Located 1 mile from the entrance to Bryce Canyon National Park, Ruby's General Store has what you need. Legacy Ace Hardware and Sporting Goods, 159 North Main in Panguitch. Come in and visit us for all your hardware and sporting good needs. Legacy Ace Hardware, proudly supporting Utah high school athletics.
You like car shows? Well, let's supersize it, as trucks from all over come for you to enjoy at the Panguitch Truck Show. It's a family fun event on the 4th of July weekend. Friday night is the light show on Panguitch Main Street from 8 to 10:30. Saturday, the show will be at the Panguitch City Park from 10 to 4. Truck registration is $75. We support all the truck drivers that make our communities better. We wish all teams success.
Bryce Canyon National Park is celebrating its 100th anniversary with concerts, festivals, and events throughout the year. Start making plans now to join us for this once-in-a-lifetime celebration at brycecanyon.org.
Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games is Utah's premier sporting event. The games are hosted by Southern Utah University, and we invite you to be part of the action. Register today and compete in a variety of events, from barrel racing, skeet shooting, basketball, track, arm wrestling, long-range rifle and pistol shooting, ultimate frisbee, horseshoes, swimming, and so much more. Find your event and register today at utahsummergames.org.
Windy Mesa Studios in Panguitch is your local source for personalized and custom printed products. From wholesale items for your gift shop to custom framed or gallery wrapped canvas pictures, we have you covered. Contact us at 435-618-0014.
You're in Paris with a group from the University of Utah, studying intellectual traditions, like Rene Descartes, who said, "I think, therefore I am." So deep. Then it suddenly hits you.
I'm only a freshman.
We call that Utah Fresh. Do real-world research. Go learn abroad. Join an on-campus living team. Yes, our freshman experience is refreshingly different. Only at the U.
The Bryce Canyon Half Marathon course takes you through the iconic red rock that is abundant throughout Bryce Canyon country. Also enjoy the 5K or
Welcome
Color Me
back
Fun
to
Run. Register today
Richfield
at
High School
BryceCanyonHalfMarathon.com.
basketball brought
Race
to you
scheduled
by
for
Bryce
July.
Canyon City Mule Days Chrome and the Canyon Mule Sale on 1aball.com. Second half of the first of 8 games on day 2 of the state championships. Manila jumped out to a 39-15 lead over the ICS Lions, and they will start with the ball in the second half. Now coming up, we will have our Fab Rats question, so make sure you're listening close to win a limited edition Fab Rats t-shirt.
I wish I could win one of those.
Hey, I don't know how we get in the competition, but I'm not going to lie. I could look at our answer key that we have. A long possession, 3 on the shot clock. Castley Wall gets it up, no good. So good opening possession for the Mustangs. That's the first time we've really seen the shot clock get down in the single digits. Warner makes a move inside. Davis stands tall, denies, but Warner says, "I want this basket," and she earns it. Good start to the second half for Warner.
Yeah, even though the basket was made by the Lions, I thought that was great defense that time by Sadie Davis to stay straight. We saw her get a foul early in the first half because of the lack to do so. So good job recognizing the first half faults and correcting it in the second half.
Davis had good defense. Warner just stuck around for a long time, and inside Schofield, she gets fouled. So she'll go to the free throw line. And now time for our Fab Rats question.
All right, so let's play some Fab Rats trivia, folks. Fab Rats is an entertaining, family-friendly YouTube channel. Today's question for this game: what is the name of Paul's Uncle Merlin's YouTube channel? Make sure to email your answer to uhsslive@gmail.com. And just like Tyler said, the winner will get a limited edition Fab Rats t-shirt from the broadcast booth at the SVC. Question one more time: what is the name of Paul's Uncle's Paul's Uncle Merlin's YouTube channel. Make sure to email your answer to uhsslive@gmail.com.
The email that was on the screen. 1-for-2 trip for Schofield to the line, or at the line. 40-17 lead for the Mustangs. Oh, great look inside. It was Bryn Smith who had the beautiful find. They really ran an action up top at the free throw line. It was Menning, passed it down to Smith, and then Smith looked at the other block and gives it to Warner, who goes to the free throw line.
Yeah, we mentioned it briefly in the halftime report. I think if you want to get back into this game, you got to control what you can control, and that's your offensive sets, especially the schemes you're going to run. Great job that time of the Lions.
And Warner, she went 2-for-2 on her first trip to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line in the first half, and then missed the front end of a 1-and-1 in the second quarter. She knocks down the first one there, and Sadie Davis for the Mustangs just ran to the bench because she picked up her third foul, and Lunsford, who has 3 fouls, gets the offensive rebound. Ball bounced on the baseline. Official says it will stick with the Lions. So a little bit of foul trouble on both sides. Lunsford with 3 for the Lions. Davis just went to the bench with 3 for the Mustangs.
But as you can see, as the ball stays with the Lions, Lunsford makes an impact, especially in the offensive rebounding category. And you can probably see, just like you mentioned in the second quarter, when she went out, that's probably where this game got away from them.
She sat for the final 6.5 minutes of the second quarter. And a good defensive possession. It's Callie Bear who sticks with it, takes it away, and goes to the other end for the easy 2.
Great defense that time by Callie Bear, recognizing that she can just go up and grab it.
Warner, who has the first 3 points of the second half for the Lions, no good. Second attempt, no good, and a behind-the-back save for Callie Bear. Good 20-second stretch for Bear. Gets the steal, layup, and then a nice save.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to get some more players in on this hot streak. We had Wall, and then we had Slaw.
Empty possession for Manila. Bear tries again. She's active right now. It's paying off, but that time she earns the foul.
And I think right now, if you're the Lions, the thing that I'm noticing that's maybe having their shots go a little bit off, even though you're open, is I think you need to set your feet a little bit more. It seems like they're moving a little bit, so it's causing for a lack of confidence and focus right on the rim, as they're just kind of, it seems like they're kind of just throwing up shots without any real determination.
So Bear and Pendleton earn breathers, and jump ball is called. Reagan Browning and Kate Bambrod checked into the game for the Mustangs.
Here's this inbound set we've seen a few times today.
That little mid-range for Warner. She likes that spot. She nails from that spot.
I've been waiting for that one all day, and she finally gets the mid-range shot off that inbound set, and she already has a quick 5 here in the third quarter for her team.
9 points total. No Lions in double figures yet. 2 for the Mustangs. It's Cassidy Wall and Cameron Slaw, and the Lions take it away. Lunsford will head back in. She tries to find the hot hand in Warner, but it's tipped out of bounds. So out on the baseline, we'll see if we get another mid-range Warner jump shot.
Here we go. It's the same set. They're going to be on the opposite side of the court as now we have a sub, and it looks like Grady Pendleton's going to be coming in.
She took a quick breather and heads back in. Oh, this time, a little misdirection. They like that. Go outside on the baseline with Warner. This time they send her inside, and she gets in. A much easier shot, a layup. 7 quick second-half points. She's now in double figures.
Yeah, that's a good scheme if you're a coach. The team will recognize, hey, Warner's going to go to the mid-range. She says, no, I'm going to go right to the basket.
So it's Rebecca Warner who is providing a spark. She averaged 4 points per game in the regular season for the Lions, but already up to 11 today.
Yeah, she's proved herself to be a valuable player in the regular season. Very balanced all around, but today she's just seeming to score.
And there, this time it's Menning who decides to get in on the action. Ball batted around a few times, and Menning comes down with it.
They bring it in 20. Let's see if they can keep cutting into this thing.
So 18-point lead. This is the closest it's been since about midway through the second quarter. Cassidy Wall, she goes hard, knocked to the ground. The Lions got their money's worth out of that foul.
Yeah, Wall might feel that one later on this afternoon, but great job again hustling to the basket, trying to get easy looks at the rim.
Pendleton attacks. She goes down the right side. She went from the left wing all the way to the right block. Nice touch, gets the two.
I've really enjoyed watching Pendleton's footwork today, especially on the offensive side of the ball. She just seems to know what she's doing when she's trying to score and get to the rim.
Ball batted around inside, playing pinball. Lunsford goes right baseline, and a big collision. They'll say that Pendleton was in the wrong, so foul goes against her.
That's 3 fouls now for Pendleton. She shook up hard. It looks like Lunsford really lowered her body on that one. I thought that maybe could have gone on the offense, but Pendleton wasn't set. It looks like she's in a lot of pain over there.
She's holding around her stomach. It's one of those ones where Lunsford and Pendleton were both coming in the same, they were both coming at each other in hard contact. Really, both players took a big hit. So hopefully Pendleton is okay as she heads back towards the end of the bench. But the Lions, they get a mid-range look, and Menning is there to clean it up. So it's been the Warner and Menning show in the second quarter.
Well, we saw the duo for the Mustangs, and it was Slaw and Wall, as we mentioned earlier. Now for the Lions, it seems to be Warner and Menning as they are getting things going for ICS.
On the other side, there goes Wall. She says, I can do that as well. She's got 13 on the day, her first of the second half.
Yeah, she's just proven to be a valuable scorer today on all sides of the ball.
Oh, they look for a give and go. Bryn Smith sets it back out with Lunsford. This time it's Stoddard, and she goes off the bottom of the backboard, but fights back for it. Fortunate bounce, so 13 points already in the third quarter for the Lions.
I'll tell you what, in the first 2 days of this tournament, I've rarely seen someone with as much effort and energy as I've seen from McKenna Stoddard in today's game.
And that's the thing about the Lions. Both Mustangs and the Lions, as some more contact inside is not called, and the second try is not good by Bambra. So Lions go the other way. But both teams played with a lot of energy, a lot of hustle, and a steal by Wall. She takes it down the left side. Tough left-handed layup. Slaw cleans it up and gets knocked to the ground, so she'll go to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Looks like a foul is going to be called on McKenna Stoddard. That's her third.
It shows her fourth on the scoreboard. So if that is indeed her fourth,
oh yeah,
not
said it was her
something you
fourth.
want to see as you're on the comeback trail for the Lions. And Shannon Lusk elects to leave her in. At this point, it's an 18-point game. You've got just over 10 and a half minutes to play. If you want to make the comeback, you can't let foul trouble get in the way of that.
Yeah, and obviously you don't want to give them free looks from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. You want to make sure that you're contesting all their shots so that you can slowly bite into this lead.
Slaw goes 0 of 2 at the free throw line, and Lunsford kind of let that bounce out of bounds. She thought it was going to be Lions ball, but the officials say it was off of her. So Mustangs keep it. Mustangs take advantage. Inbounds play. Count it and the foul. It's Callie Bear who goes to the free throw line with a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, that was a great inbound design. We had the top player on the elbow set a screen as Bear set down around and got an easy layup at the rim and got the foul.
And she was so open. At first it was a great look. The foul came in kind of late, so
yeah.
She got a clean look, but the bump came after.
Yeah, I think she jumped into the defender, and so that made it an easy call to make for the ref.
Tries to use the backboard on the free throw, no good. Lunsford comes down with it. So it's been a strong showing from the Lions in the third quarter, but still 20-point deficit. Stoddard trying to get going, unable to connect, and it's Bear who gets the rebound, but she moved her pivot foot.
Yeah, tough break that time for Bear, but let's see what the Lions can do on this inbound play. Looks like a new set.
But they still find Warner in the mid-range. No good. Lunsford reaches up for the rebound. She loses it, and it's Slaw who has nothing but daylight ahead of her, and she finishes on the layup. Nearly comes up with a steal on the inbounds. But just an unfortunate bounce for the Lions. Mustangs take advantage on the other end. Menning from the mid-range hits all parts of the rim and comes out.
I think once they shoot for the mid-range, the basket decides to put a lid on itself. It's tough to see because they're getting open looks. They just haven't gotten to get them to drop.
A good answer by the Mustangs after the Lions came out quick, and they were hot with Warner and Menning early in the first half. Mustangs have answered. This time it's Sadie Davis who puts it in. Quick 6 points back after the Lions cut it to 18.
Yeah, what I'm liking from the Mustangs right now is that the players who don't have the ball are moving without the ball, and so they're able to get open looks, so the player that does have the rock can be able to find an open player to get an easy look at the rim.
Warner through a lot of contact, no whistle, she misses, and the Mustangs walk it back the other way.
Now notice those other players on the baseline setting screens for each other, making sure that there's an open look.
Slaw, no good on the right wing. She hit 3 Bryce Canyon City three-pointers in the first half. None so far in the second half. And in comes Kendrick Lusk and Olivia Frazee for ICS. That will send Menning and Warner, the two who have done the most damage in this third quarter. And a Bryce Canyon City 3 knocked down. Kate Bambra this time gets in on the action.
How about that? First points of the game come from the perimeter in the second half. Great boost that time for the Mustangs.
How about 5 different Mustangs have hit a Bryce Canyon City three-pointer in this game? 4 hit one in the first half, and Bambra decides to get in on the party in the second half.
That's what you like to see, especially from succeeding and winning teams. It's balanced scoring and also balanced effort on the defensive side of the ball, which I think we've seen. Good to see Grace Pendleton get back in the game after getting a rough look early in the quarter.
And this time it's Lusk who catches it in the spot that Warner normally does, and they get it inside. Nowhere to go for Frazee, and the Lions are called for 3 seconds. I believe it was Stoddard who they whistled for being in the key.
Yeah, and that's a tough look because, once again, they were looking for the mid-range. As you said, they were going to Lusk, but got caught up in the key and lost track of time.
Shot clock turned off and out of bounds off the Mustangs. So Lions may get the final shot of the third quarter if they can hold it. And Reagan Browning says, nope, we're going to do it. And gets called for a foul is Kendrick Lusk. So good hustle by Browning, bringing the full court pressure, and she gets the steal.
Yeah, that's one of those frustration fouls that time by Lusk. Need a little bit more effort there on the inbound pass, noticing that you have a defender behind you.
Cameron Slaw gets the friendly roll on the floater, and all of a sudden it's blossomed up to 29. Largest lead of the day for the Mustangs, and that does it for the third quarter. On the other side, we will have our Fab Rats answer. Keep sending in your answers to our Fab Rats question. What is the name of Paul's Uncle Merlin's YouTube channel? On the other side, the fourth quarter, you're listening to 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
What many are calling the best country music dinner show anywhere. Nightly at Bryce Canyon's Ebenezer's Barn and Grill. Live music with some of Nashville's best musicians and singers.
I got a feeling called the blues out in the West Texas town of El Paso.
A show that walks you through the history of country music and the history of Bryce Canyon.
Hell of a place to lose a cat.
The show runs every night. That's right, every night from April to October. Get your tickets now at Ebenezer'sBarnandGrill.com.
The Bryce Canyon Half Marathon course takes you through the iconic red rock that is abundant throughout Bryce Canyon country. Also enjoy the 5K or Color Me Fun run. Register today at BryceCanyonHalfMarathon.com. Race scheduled for July 15th.
Bryce Canyon City is your destination.
This year, as we celebrate Bryce Canyon National Park's 100th anniversary, we invite you to be part of the Bryce Canyon Association so that future generations can enjoy it as we do today.
Welcome back to State Championship Basketball, brought to you by Great Lakes Cheese on TeamHive.live. Whistle blown, but we mentioned the Fab Rats trivia question. We haven't received the correct answer yet, so that limited edition Fab Rats t-shirt still up for grabs. How many current we're going to do two questions. You can either send us in what is the name of Paul's Uncle Merlin's YouTube channel, or on the easier scale, this one you should be able to get. How many current subscribers are on Fab Rat's YouTube channel? That's something that you can go on to YouTube, check out. How many current subscribers are on Fab Rat's YouTube channel? Email uhsslive@gmail.com as Castley Wall misses on the second of two at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. And earn your Fab Rats limited edition t-shirt. 30-point lead for the Mustangs. Warner, she decides to step back from her usual mid-range, and she's short on the three. Slaw in no hurry. This time it's Pendleton who came out in the third quarter. She gives it inside to Schofield, who misses. Good to see Pendleton running up and down after taking a hard collision with Lunsford. And they will call Lunsford for a double dribble down the left side. Ball back to the Mustangs.
Yeah, Schofield showed a little shake and bake down low, doing a few double moves, just couldn't get the bucket to drop.
This is the consolation side of the bracket, so if the Mustangs hold on, this will be the Lions' final game of the season. As Pendleton just inside the three-point line, she swishes it home. She hit one from deep. This time takes the step inside, gets it to go.
Yeah, we haven't been able to see her score since the first quarter, but glad to see her get back on the board, especially like you said, after seeing a tough hit in the last quarter.
I think she did have a 2 in the third.
Oh, you are correct, yeah.
So she scored in the second, first, third, and fourth. A timeout taken. You're listening to 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Bryce Canyon City is your destination for adventure. Cruise the miles of scenic trails on e-bikes, ATVs, horses, mountain bikes, or on foot. Let us take your breath away with a stunning array of winter activities, the rodeo, shopping for memorable souvenirs, world-class stargazing, and of course, the majestic Bryce Canyon National Park. Make Bryce Canyon City your next stop for an unforgettable adventure. All the amenities the city can provide. Visit brycecanyoncityut.gov.
Fab Rats is an entertaining YouTube channel based in beautiful southern Utah. Paul, Michelle, and the crew showcase major and minor fabrication builds, off-road adventures, family fun, and much more. Check them out on YouTube and subscribe today.
Just like we mend it now. All right.
Welcome back to State Championship Basketball, brought to you by Ruby's Inn on 1aball.com. And we do have our answer for the Fab Rats trivia question. Kenna Vader. She answered correctly. 506,000 subscribers, so she was the quickest to hop on YouTube, look up Fab Rats, and earn her limited edition t-shirt. Kenna, that t-shirt is available to be picked up as a beautiful play. Circles around for a swirly. Castley Wall gets it to drop for another 2, adding to her strong day. She's got 15.
Yeah, great job that time by Castley. We've just seen her been able to really get what she wants on all parts of the floor today. Great overall effort from Castley.
But again, Kenna, that t-shirt is available to pick up at the Sevier Valley Center up at the broadcast table. Either yourself or send somebody up. Again, Castley Wall does not want this Fab Rats t-shirt to be picked up, because every time we give the instructions on how to get it, Castley Wall goes for a great cut, that time unable to connect on the layup.
She's definitely not playing selfish, though, I'll tell you that much. She's able to pass the rock. She does have that shooter's mentality, but that's good. She's getting open looks, and she's able to get most of them to drop as she's now getting subbed out for some younger players.
Now that she's subbed out, we can actually say that t-shirt is available to be picked up at the Sevier Valley Center. Send somebody to get that. It will not be mailed, but you can pick that up. So
glad we could finally get that information out.
Kenna Vader, we hope you can pick up your t-shirt. Slaw with Stoddard all over her. That time goes through the hands of Slaw, but it's Pendleton who gets on the floor, and timeout called by Tony Pendleton. So Manila will keep possession after this. You're listening to 1A State Championship Basketball on 1aball.com.
Hey, this is Dr. Rob Barrick, the smile artist located here in Cedar City. If you've ever wanted a new smile, but something's been holding you back, I'd love to spend a minute with you and just answer your questions. If you go to my website, you can set up a free 15-minute video phone call with me where we can just talk about it. The next step is also free. You'd come in and we'd actually design your smile together right there in the chair, print it out, and have you snap it in and give it a test run before doing the actual veneers. To check out my smile portfolio, visit drrobdental.com.
Welcome back to Richfield High School for the final 5:17 of this presentation of 1A Championship Basketball, brought to you by the University of Utah on TeamHive.live and KTTA 8.1.
Glad to see a little representation from the University of Utah on this broadcast here today, Tyler.
Is that right?
Oh, it's exactly right. I was a little caught off guard yesterday watching the Rich Rebels men's play their game. I found out their fight song was the same tune as the Utah fight song.
Now, Rich is awesome to have at this tournament because they bring a live band. And a quick two for Callie Bear on the inbounds play. That's not an easy angle to make that shot from, as she couldn't use the backboard, but on the baseline gets it in. Speaking of music, the official stops the game to tell the scores table to turn off the music.
I think everyone was in a groove right there on that. They listened to the nice, sweet country music and able to get that one to fall.
Everybody's just enjoying this first of 8 games. You got to keep the energy light, as a blocking foul called against the Mustangs.
It's funny that the refs didn't even call it off like before the possession. They had to wait till the possession was over, and then they kind of finally realized, oh, we got to turn that off.
Well, I looked because normally it's been a shot clock issue in that instance, and the shot clock seemed to be right. So I was wondering what he was doing, and then the music paused as inside out. It's Smith who misses the jumper, and falling down hard is Menning, and that's because she took a bump. The official who just told the scores table to turn off the music pointed one way and then quickly shifted the other and calls the offensive foul.
I think the music for a second caught everyone off guard. Refs got to get back into the mentality, hey, we're in a basketball game right now, time to do some business.
And inside is Menning doing some business. She puts it in her 6th point of the second half.
I'll tell you what, that was kind of like lobby music or like elevator music, you know? You're just going on about your day and just it kind of helps you out.
I don't think the players had a problem with it.
I won't say that I had a problem with it either.
Inside Bambra, she gets stuffed and fought for on the ground, a tie-up, so it will go back to the Lions.
Looks like Viviana Gibson's now coming in for Slaw for the Mustangs. Good to see some younger players get some play time.
Stoddard brings it the other way. In the corner, Smith, a give and go with Lunsford. Now Lunsford in a tree of Mustangs, and she took one too many hops, so a turnover. Now we mentioned this is the consolation bracket, so this will be the final game for the loser, which is looking like ICS. This will be the final game of their season. Now the good thing for the Lions is they will return everybody, so this won't be the final game, which is always sad to see when Stoddard making the most of these final 3 minutes. It looked like there may have been some contact, and the refs will call it that way. So a 1-and-1 coming for Stoddard at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Yeah, as I've said many times this game, I think McKenna Stoddard has such a fantastic energy, as now both benches are starting to clear to get some younger players some playing time. But as you mentioned, you got a lot of players coming back for the Lions. That's good to know because chemistry is plays a big role in high school basketball, and especially in these 1A ranks, you want to see these teams move up, and as they play more together, they win more together.
Couple of the subs in for the Lions as Stoddard knocks down her first free throw. Audrey Cole checks in, Aubrey Herpin, Meadow Stahl, along with Olivia Frazee. Looks like Jenna Warner is at the scores table set to check in for Stoddard, and as Stoddard swishes home her second free throw, it looks like her day will be finished. That will be 9 points for Stoddard. So looking at the Lions roster, you got Stoddard, a junior, Lunsford, a sophomore, Rebecca Warner, a junior, Ellie Menning, a sophomore. So a young team for the Lions. They'll return a lot or all of their production next year. Outside, we know Pendleton can connect from there. That time she's too strong, and Bambra chases down the rebound.
I really like the hustle from this young Lions squad. They seem to be getting up in the Mustangs' faces, especially out on the perimeter shots.
Also in for the Mustangs, who just got the ball, is number 3, Sienna Gonder. She hands off to Browning. So some new faces in the final few minutes. And inside, Pendleton tries to find Gonder on the cut, and it's tipped out of bounds.
And just for those who are aware of another new rule this year, there was mercy rule going on, as I believe it's over 30 is when the mercy rule is
30.
The timer still clicks even after out of bounds and turnovers as the like, as we see the clock continue to run down.
Although the shot clock, I believe, should not be running down.
Yeah.
And they did reset it with a clock, but now they've stopped.
Hey, it's the first game of the day. We'll let the guys running the shot clock get a little practice in, and hopefully by the end of the day we'll get things going.
As long as it gets it reset by the time they inbound the ball, it doesn't matter what
yeah,
that thing's doing.
No problem with it at all.
So Bambra hands off to Pendleton up top.
She thought about a 3 right there, but looks like we got a reach-in foul that time by Olivia Frazee.
And if you look at the Manila roster as well, I mean, both of these teams really young. You've got Cameron Slaw, sophomore, Castley Wall, a freshman, Schofield, a junior, Bear, a sophomore, Browning, a sophomore, Davis, a sophomore. So they're going to be really good next year and in the years to come as well. And they've shown that the talent that they have today.
Yeah, the fact that we're seeing this type of performance from mostly underclassmen, very impressive, because the more and more that they play with each other, and especially as they grow together, I think this can be a very dangerous Mustangs team moving forward in years to come.
Especially you look at the performance of Castley Wall today as a freshman, as Browning's 3 is off. I mean, Castley Wall, that's not easy to come in, your first state tournament freshman, and to have the performance that she's had in this tournament. She had 13 yesterday, and she's up to 15 today. So she's showing that she can play with the best of them, and she'll be a force to be reckoned with for the next 3 years.
Yeah, as Meadow Stahl misses that last 3 for the Lions. I think Castley has such a high IQ for a freshman as well. It just seemed like she knew when to make cuts, when to make screens for her teammates. It just seemed like for a freshman, you don't usually see that. It just seems like a lot of the young players that come in don't really get that, and looks like she'll be really good moving forward.
Tony Pendleton and this Manila staff, they do a great job. Their offense, they run a lot of those just like cut actions at the elbow that we've seen so many times today. And whether it's Wall or Sadie Davis, you have Slaw who can shoot it from out there. Pendleton's knocked one down. Great job by Pendleton and the staff to get this offense in the position they're in.
Yeah, and as I was mentioning, I believe in the third quarter, I just love the movement from the players who don't have the ball, because that's really how you get open looks. You have to be consistently moving, setting screens, making sure that whoever does have the ball can find a teammate for a wide-open shot.
Sadie Davis, who just checked in, and she gets taken down to the floor hard. So
took a mean shot to the back right there. That kind of hurt my spine just looking at it. I'm not as flexible as a lot of these athletes, so.
She got up quick, which is a good sign.
Yeah, that's it.
You don't want to check in for the final 30 seconds only to get hurt.
Yeah, that'd be tough to see.
She started the game, but then came back, or just subbed in again for the final 30 seconds. So first free throw at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line is no good. Second free throw is good.
Shot clock now turned off. Let's see what the Lions can do here in most likely their final possession of the season.
And a great season overall for the Lions as a tie-up called. Clock will continue to run, so it looks like that will do it. And the Manila Mustangs advance to the would this be, this is the first round of the consolation bracket, so the second round of the consolation bracket, but the third game of the tournament. Not sure the correct terminology that they go by with the consolation bracket, but great performance from them, great season from the ICS Lions. The Mustangs will await the winner of the Altamont Longhorns and Whitehorse, which will be next. Stick around. Coming up next, your Rubies in Postgame Report and your Visit BryceCanyonCity.com player of the game. You're listening to 1A State Championship Basketball on 1aball.com.
For over 50 years, Flaming Gorge Resort has offered lodging, restaurant, rafting, RV park, and fishing guides for anyone visiting the Flaming Gorge area. Stop in and see us at Flaming Gorge Resort.
You're on this campus business team that lives and works together at the University of Utah. Your team has come up with this cool new ski rack. For real, it's going to market. Then you say to yourself, hold on, sports fans.
I'm only a freshman.
We call that Utah Fresh. Do real-world research. Go learn abroad. Join a campus living team. Yes, our freshman experience is refreshingly different.